Quick question: if something happened to you tonight, like for real, would your family be okay? Or would they be financially wrecked by tomorrow morning? Most Americans swear they've got time to figure life insurance out, but that's exactly how people get burned. Life insurance, ISNT, just for old folks or rich people sitting on porches at S, for regular Americans grinding every day, paying rent, mortgages, car notes, and student loans. If you've got anyone depending on your paycheck, life insurance is not optional. It's a necessity, period. Now let's talk about something nobody likes to think about: the cost of a funeral in America. A basic funeral can run anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000, and that's before medical bills, credit cards, or missed income even hit. Without life insurance, that bill doesn't disappear, lands straight on your family's shoulders. That's when things get ugly fast. Families end up draining savings, maxing out credit cards, or selling assets just to survive the first few months. And here's the harsh truth: without life insurance, your family is left scrambling. Rent, groceries, childcare, car payments, none of that stops just because someone passed away. This is why GoFundMe is not a financial plan. Crowdfunding might help a little, but it's unreliable, stressful, and honestly, not guaranteed at all. Hoping strangers will cover your family's future is a risky move. One of the biggest lies Americans believe is that life insurance is crazy expensive. Spoiler alert, it's not. A healthy person in their 20s or 30s can lock in term life insurance for less than the cost of a streaming subscription, sometimes $20 to $30 a month. That's real coverage, real protection. Term life makes sense for most people because it's simple and affordable, while whole life is usually better for specific situations. Not everyone. If you're young and healthy, you've got the biggest advantage. The biggest mistake? Waiting. Waiting makes life insurance way more expensive. The smart move is getting covered early, shopping around, and avoiding sketchy agents pushing overpriced policies. Protect your family now, because once it's too late, there are no do-overs. Your car is insured, your phone is insured, your house is insured, but your life, that's where most Americans totally drop the ball. It's wild when you think about it. We'll protect a $1,200 phone like it's made of gold, but won't protect the income that pays for literally everything. Most people, avoid life insurance because they're irresponsible. They avoid it because it feels uncomfortable, confusing, or something I'll handle later. The problem is, later has a nasty habit of showing up too late. Americans insure stuff more than their own lives because stuff is visible. You can see a cracked screen, a dented bumper, or a flooded basement. You can't see risk. Death feels distant, abstract, almost fake, until it isn't. Life insurance doesn't protect you. It protects the people you love from financial chaos. And without it, the mess is real. When a breadwinner dies, the income stops instantly, but the bills keep rolling in like nothing happened. Mortgage, rent, car payments, groceries, daycare, medical bills, it all stacks up fast. And grief plus money stress is a brutal combo. This is why life insurance equals love, not fear. Buying coverage isn't planning for death. It's planning for your family to be okay. It's saying, no matter what happens, I've got you. That's powerful. That's responsible. And it doesn't require you to be rich. The goal isn't to make your family wealthy overnight. It is to give them breathing room. Time to grieve, time to adjust, time to figure out next steps without panic driving every decision. So how much life insurance does your family actually need? A simple rule of thumb is 10 to 15 times your annual income, plus any major debts like a mortgage or student loans. If you make $60,000 a year, that's roughly $600,000 to $900,000 in coverage. That number sounds huge until you realize it's replacing years of income, not just covering funeral costs. It's rent, food, school, and stability all wrapped into one safety net. Now let us kill one of the dumbest myths out there. I'm too young for life insurance. Nope, that's backwards. Being young is exactly why you should get it. Life insurance is cheapest when you're young and healthy. Once you get older, gain health issues, or pick up bad habits, the price goes up sometimes, a lot. Waiting doesn't save money, it costs money. Locking in a low rate early is a straight-up power move. Term life insurance is the go-to for most families, and it's easy to understand. You pick a term, usually 20 or 30 years, and if something happens during that time, your family gets paid. Simple, affordable, no fancy tricks. Whole life insurance, on the other hand, lasts forever and builds cash value, but it's way more expensive and not for everyone. Ignore the hype. Most people don't need it unless they have specific long-term planning goals. Here's where people get burned. Agents pushing policies that benefit them, not you. Overpriced coverage, unnecessary riders, or confusing plans loaded with fees. The smart move is comparing quotes. understanding what you're buying, and focusing on protection first, not investment fluff. Get covered the right way, at the right price. And sleep better knowing your family is protected, no matter what life throws your way. Over 100 million Americans don't have life insurance, and most of them have no clue how risky that actually is. That number isn't a typo. That's parents, spouses, single-income households, and everyday people just trying to get by. The crazy part, most of them think they refine or believe life insurance is something they deal with later. But later is exactly when problems hit hardest. The life insurance gap in the USA is massive, and it's leaving families exposed when they can least afford it. Here's the brutal truth. Most American families are one emergency away from financial disaster. One illness, one accident death, and boom, the income disappears, but the bills stay right where they are. Rent doesn't care about grief. The mortgage doesn't pause. Kids still need food, clothes, and school supplies. Without a financial backup plan, families get forced into survival mode fast. And that's where debt, stress, and bad decisions start piling up. Now, let's talk about what $0 life insurance really means. It means your family has to figure everything out on the fly. Funeral costs alone can run $8,000 to $15,000, and that's before medical bills, credit cards, or personal loans kick in. Savings get wiped, retirement accounts get drained. Some families are forced to sell homes or move in with relatives just to stay afloat. That's not rare. It's happening every single day. A lot of people think they're covered through work, but employer life insurance is usually not enough. Most companies offer 1 or 2 times your salary, which sounds decent until you do the math. If you make $60,000 a year, that's $60,000 to $120,000 in coverage. That won't last long when your family needs years of income replacement. And if you change jobs or get laid off, that coverage usually disappears. That's a risky setup. Inflation makes life insurance even more important right now. Groceries cost more, rent costs more, gas costs more, everything costs more. That means your family needs more money to survive if something happens to you. Life insurance locks in a payout that can help offset rising costs and protect your family's lifestyle when prices keep climbing. So how much coverage do most Americans actually need? A solid starting point is 10 to 15 times your annual income, plus any major debts. It's not about getting rich, it's about keeping life stable. Term life insurance works for most people because it's affordable and straightforward. Whole life insurance lasts forever and builds cash value, but it's pricier and not for everyone. Age and health matter too. The younger and healthier you are, the cheaper it is. Real families have been saved because they planned ahead. You can too. Start today. Let's be real, nobody wakes up excited to buy life insurance. It's not fun, it's not flashy, and it definitely doesn't give instant dopamine like buying a new phone or booking a trip. But here's the thing, life insurance is one of those boring decisions that hits hard later if you skip it. People don't feel the pain of not having it right now, so they ignore it. Then something unexpected happens, and suddenly that boring decision becomes the most important one they never made. The biggest trap Americans fall into is the classic "I'll do it later" mindset. Later feels safe. Later feels cheap. Later feels like you've got time. But later is expensive. Every year you wait, life insurance costs more. Your age goes up, your health isn't getting any better, and one random diagnosis can jack up your rates or make you uninsurable. Waiting isn't a strategy, it's gambling with your family's future. Here's the uncomfortable part nobody likes to talk about. When you're gone, the bills don't disappear. Rent still shows up. The mortgage still wants its money. Car payments, insurance, groceries, daycare, all of it keeps rolling in like nothing happened. Your family doesn't get a grace period from life. Without life insurance, they're stuck trying to grieve and survive at the same time, and that's a brutal combo no one deserves. So let us compare life insurance to the We Figure It Out Later plan. One option gives your family guaranteed cash when they need it most. The other option is chaos, stress, and hoping things magically work out. Spoiler alert, hope is not a financial plan. Life insurance is basically you stepping up and saying, no matter what, I've got my people covered. That's grown-up energy. If you're young, you've got a huge advantage, even if you don't feel like it. Young Americans can lock in dirt cheap rates because insurers love healthy people with long timelines. You, Dan T, need to be married or have kids yet for it to make sense. You relocking in your health, not your life stage. Once health issues show up, the game changes fast. Term life insurance is the budget-friendly MVP for most folks. You pick a term like 20 or 30 years, pay a low monthly amount, and if something happens during that time, your family gets paid. Simple, clean, no nonsense. Whole life insurance lasts forever and builds cash value. But let us be honest, it is rarely necessary and often pushed way too hard by salespeople chasing commissions. The real question is, how much coverage is enough without overpaying? A solid ballpark is 10 to 15 times your income, plus major debts. Don't guess, do the math. Overbuying wastes money, underbuying leaves your family exposed, and watch out for red flags when shopping. Pressure tactics, confusing language, promises of investment returns, and agents who won't explain fees clearly. The smart move? Shop around, compare quotes, lock in coverage while you're young and healthy, and don't overcomplicate it. Life insurance isn't about fear, it's about responsibility. Handle it once, do it right, and then go live your life, knowing your family's protected no matter what. If you died tomorrow, would your family struggle or stay financially protected? That answer really comes down to one thing: whether you planned ahead or rolled the dice. Life insurance sounds complicated, but at its core, it's simple. It's a contract that says if something happens to you, a payout goes to the people you loved. That money can be used for anything: funeral costs, rent, groceries, childcare, debt, or just keeping life stable. No loopholes, no drama, just financial backup when it matters most. So who actually needs life insurance in America? Short answer: almost anyone with financial responsibilities. If someone depends on your income even, a little life insurance should be on your radar. That includes parents, married couples, single-income households, and even people with co-signed loans. If your death would create a financial mess for someone else, you need coverage. It's that simple. Married people and parents especially can't afford to ignore this. When you've got a spouse, kids, or both, your income isn't just yours anymore. It's the engine that keeps everything running. Losing that income overnight can flip a family's entire world upside down. Life insurance steps in and replaces that lost income, so your family isn't forced into panic mode while grieving. Debt makes life insurance even more critical. Mortgages, car loans, student debt, credit cards, those don't magically disappear. Without life insurance, your family may be stuck paying off debts they didn't sign up for. Coverage gives them the option to wipe out debt or at least stay afloat without drowning in bills. One of the biggest mistakes Americans make is waiting to buy coverage. Waiting feels harmless, but it's expensive. Life insurance pricing is based on age and health, and neither one gets better with time. One medical issue can skyrocket your premiums or disqualify you completely. Locking in coverage early is one of the smartest money moves you can make. Now let's break down term life versus whole life without the fluff. Term life covers you for a set period, like 20 or 30 years, and it's affordable. Most families choose this. Whole life lasts forever and builds cash value, but it's way more expensive and not necessary for most people. Don't let anyone confuse you into buying more than you need. As for how much coverage to buy, a good rule is 10 to 15 times your income plus major debts. Avoid myths like life insurance is too expensive or I don't need it yet. Those ideas cost Americans big money every year. To avoid overpaying, compare quotes, skip pressure sales, and focus on protection, not hype. These days, you can even get covered in 24 hours online. No excuses, just smart planning. One accident, one illness, one unexpected moment. That's all it takes to flip your family's future upside down forever. Nobody plans for tragedy, but tragedy doesn't care about your plans. You can be doing everything right, working hard, paying bills, building a life, and still get hit out of nowhere. That's exactly why life insurance matters. It's not about being paranoid. It's about being realistic in a world where stuff happens fast and without warning. Emergencies don't check your calendar. They don't wait until you've saved enough or feel financially ready. A car crash, a sudden medical issue, or a random accident can end income instantly. When that happens, the financial pressure drops on your family like a ton of bricks. And the stress that follows? It's brutal. Grief mixed with money problems is one of the hardest things a family can go through, and it's way more common than people think. The harsh reality is this: after someone dies, the bills don't stop. Rent, mortgage, utilities, groceries, car payments, insurance premiums, everything keeps coming. Medical bills and funeral costs show up fast too. Without life insurance, families are forced into survival mode. Savings vanish, credit cards get maxed, retirement accounts get raided. Some families even lose their homes. That's not drama, that's real life. This is why life insurance is a safety net, not a luxury. It's not something extra for rich people, it's a basic layer of protection for everyday Americans. Life insurance gives your family breathing room. It buys time. It gives them options instead of panic. That payout can cover funeral expenses, replace lost income, and keep life from completely falling apart while they figure out the next chapter. A lot of people think they're covered through work, but employer life insurance usually isn't enough. Most jobs offer 1 or 2 times your salary, which sounds okay until you realize it won't last long. Plus, if you lose your job, quit, or get laid off, that coverage often disappears. Relying only on employer insurance is risky and leaves big gaps in protection. Here's the part that shocks people. Life insurance is way cheaper than you think. A healthy person in their 20s or 30s can often get solid term life coverage for less than a night out. We're talking $20, $40 a month for hundreds of thousands of dollars in protection. That's a small price to pay for serious peace of mind. Term life insurance is the real-life no BS option for most families. You pick a term usually 20 or 30 years and, if something happens during that time, your family gets paid. Simple, affordable. Whole life insurance lasts forever and builds cash value. But it's expensive and not necessary for most people, despite what sales pitches say. One of the biggest mistakes people make is buying too little coverage. A small policy might cover funeral costs, but it won't replace income. A good target is 10 to 15 times your income plus major debts. Avoid common mistakes like waiting too long, skipping comparison shopping, or buying confusing policies you don't understand. Protect your family today, while it's easy and affordable, because once an emergency hits, it's already too late. If you're in your 20s or 30s and think life insurance doesn't apply to you, this might be the video that saves your family thousands of dollars down the road. Most young Americans hear life insurance and instantly think it's for older people with gray hair and big bank accounts. You're focused on building your career, paying rent, maybe juggling student loans, and just trying to enjoy life. Death feels far away, almost imaginary. But here's the reality. Life insurance isn't about age, it's about risk and responsibility. Young Americans skip life insurance because it feels unnecessary. You feel healthy, you feel unstoppable, and honestly, you probably are for now. But life doesn't send warning texts. Accidents and illnesses don't check your age before showing up. The difference is, when you're young, you've got the upper hand. Age locks in cheaper rates, and that's huge. The younger you are when you apply, the lower your monthly cost stays for the entire policy. Waiting is basically choosing to pay more later for the same protection. Now let's talk debt, because this is where things get messy. Student loans, car loans, credit cards, maybe even a mortgage, those don't disappear if something happens to you. Debt plus no life insurance equals disaster for whoever's left behind. Your parents, your partner, or your spouse could get stuck dealing with financial messes they didn't sign up for. Life insurance gives them a clean exit strategy instead of a financial nightmare. Term life insurance is perfect for young adults because it's affordable and straightforward. You choose a term usually 20 or 30 years and, during that time, your family is protected. No complicated investment talk, no confusing extras, just coverage when you need it most. It's basically adulting on autopilot. So how much coverage do young families need? A good rule is 10 to 15 times your income, plus major debts. If you're planning kids, buying a home, or already supporting someone, that number matters even more. It's not about flexing with a huge policy, it's about making sure your people are okay. Waiting to buy life insurance is one of the biggest financial mistakes young adults make. Rates go up with age, health changes, and lifestyle habits. Smoking, weight changes, or even stress-related conditions can jack up premiums fast. Getting covered while you're healthy locks in cheap rates for years. Watch out for scams and bad policies. If it sounds too good to be true or someone's pushing hard without explaining details, that's a red flag. You don't need fancy riders or expensive whole life policies. Stick with term, compare quotes, and keep it simple. On a budget? No problem. Many policies cost less than a monthly streaming subscription. Life insurance is one of the smartest money moves you can make. Early, it's protection, peace of mind, and financial maturity all wrapped into one solid decision. Life insurance isn't a scam, but believing the wrong things about it will cost your family big time. There's so much bad info floating around that most Americans don't even know what's real anymore. People hear one horror story or one shady sales pitch and decide the whole thing is trash. That mindset feels safe in the moment, but it's actually risky as hell. The truth is, life insurance itself isn't the problem. Misunderstanding it is. One of the biggest life insurance myths in America is it's too expensive. That's straight up outdated. Another big one is, I'll get it later when I need it, which usually translates to, I'll pay way more for it later. Then there's the classic, my job covers me, or I'm young, so I'm good. These myths keep people exposed while making them feel falsely secure. That's a dangerous combo. The thought I don't need life insurance is one of the most expensive thoughts you can have. If someone would struggle financially without your income, even for a few months, then yeah, you need it. It's not about predicting death, it's about protecting people. Nobody plans to die early, but people die unexpectedly every single day. Life insurance is how you handle that risk like an adult instead of pretending it doesn't exist. Here's a fact that shocks people. Term life insurance is cheap, like way cheaper than most folks assume. A healthy person can often get hundreds of thousands of dollars in coverage for the price of a couple of fast food meals each month. That's real protection for real families. Term life is designed to cover you during your working years when people depend on your income. Simple, effective, no drama. Whole life insurance is where things get messy. It's not a scam, but it's definitely not for everyone. It lasts forever and builds cash value, but it's way more expensive and often oversold. Some agents push it hard because commissions are higher. For most people, especially young families and budget-conscious households, term life does the job without wrecking your cash flow. Life insurance needs also change depending on your situation. Parents absolutely need coverage. No debate there. Kids depend on income, childcare, housing, and stability. Singles without dependents might need less, but debt still matters. If you've got co-signed loans, private student debt, or anyone who'd be stuck handling your bills, coverage still makes sense. And let's clear this up real quick. GoFundMe is not protection. Crowdfunding after a tragedy is stressful, unreliable, and not guaranteed. Some campaigns do great, others flop hard. Depending on donations from strangers is not a plan. Life insurance is guaranteed money when your family needs it most. No begging required. So how much coverage is enough? A solid starting point is 10 to 15 times your annual income, plus major debts like a mortgage or student loans. Inflation matters too. Costs keep rising, which means your family will need more money to maintain the same lifestyle in the future. Life insurance helps offset that reality. Here are some buying tips agents don't always tell you. Compare quotes, keep it simple, don't overbuy riders you don't understand, and never feel pressured to sign immediately. The right policy fits your life, your budget, and your goals. When you strip away the myths and hype, life insurance becomes what it's supposed to be. Smart, simple protection for the people you care about most. This family thought they were fine, until one unexpected death changed everything. They had jobs, a house, kids, and what looked like a normal American life. Bills were paid, food was on the table, and nothing felt urgent. Life insurance, that was always a later thing. Then one random medical emergency hit, and just like that, everything flipped overnight. No warning, no prep time, just chaos. Here's the real story. The husband was the main income earner, mid-30s, healthy and grinding every day. One sudden illness took him out, and the family went from stable to stressed in weeks. The paycheck stopped instantly, but the mortgage didn't. Neither did groceries, utilities, daycare, or car payments. Funeral costs alone drained what little savings they had. That's when reality punched hard. What went wrong wasn't love or effort, it was lack of planning. There was no life insurance, no financial safety net. The family had to rely on credit cards, loans, and help from relatives just to survive the first few months. Stress piled on top of grief, and bad financial decisions followed because they had no choice. This is what no life insurance actually looks like in real life. Now imagine the same situation with life insurance in place. A term life policy could have paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars within weeks. That money could have covered funeral costs, wiped out debt, and replaced years of lost income. The surviving spouse would have had time to grieve, breathe, and plan instead of panic. That's the difference. Life insurance makes it turns a disaster into something survivable. So why don't most Americans prepare? Because life insurance feels uncomfortable and boring. People assume nothing bad will happen, or they think it's expensive, or they just avoid thinking about death altogether. But avoidance doesn't stop reality, it just makes the fallout worse. How much coverage is enough? A good rule is 10 to 15 times annual income, plus any big debts like a mortgage. That number isn't random, it's designed to replace income and keep life stable. Term life insurance is the easiest option for most people. You choose a term like 20 or 30 years, and during that time your family is protected. It's affordable, simple, and effective. Whole life insurance has pros and cons. It lasts forever and builds cash value, but it's expensive and not for everyone. Some people benefit from it, but most families don't need it. Term life covers the years when protection matters most. And here's the shocker: life insurance doesn't cost what people think. Many policies cost less than a monthly phone bill. We're talking $20, $50 a month for serious protection. That's nothing compared to the financial disaster it prevents. Who needs coverage the most? Anyone with dependents, debt, or shared financial responsibilities. Parents, married couples, single-income households, this isn't optional for them. The way to avoid becoming the next tragic story is simple. plan ahead. Get coverage early, and don't wait for a wake-up call. Because when life hits, it hits fast. Life insurance is the one financial move most Americans skip, and it's costing families everything. Seriously, most people talk about saving for retirement, paying off debt, or buying a house, but skip this one critical step. Life insurance IS&T, just another boring billet as the safety net that keeps your family afloat if something happens to you. Skipping it isn't smart, it's risky, and the truth is, too many families get blindsided every year. Here's why life insurance is non-negotiable. If someone depends on your income, your absence can wreck their financial world fast. Mortgage, rent, groceries, utilities, childcare, medical bills, they don't stop just because you're gone. Life insurance ensures that those expenses are covered so your family doesn't have to scramble, borrow, or sell everything they've worked for. It's like giving them a financial shield when life throws a curve. So, what happens financially without life insurance? The bills keep coming, savings get drained, credit cards max out, and debt piles up. Families often have to make impossible decisions, move out of their home, pull kids from activities or schools, and live way below their previous standard of living. Stress and grief hit together, making it even harder to think straight. The reality is brutal, and it's why skipping life insurance is such a huge gamble. Who needs life insurance today? Pretty much anyone with financial responsibilities, that's parents, married couples, single earners, and even young adults with debts or cosign loans. Even if you're single with no kids, consider who would be affected if you were maybe your parents or siblings. If someone would struggle financially without you, coverage makes sense. How much coverage is smart? A good rule of thumb is 10 to 15 times your annual income plus major debts. This ensures your family has enough to replace lost income and pay off outstanding bills. Don't overcomplicate it, focus on replacing your income and covering debt first. That's the number that really matters. Now, let's break down term versus whole life quickly. Term life covers a set period, usually 20 to 30 years, and is super affordable. Whole life lasts forever and builds cash value, but it's pricey and often unnecessary for most people. Term life is the go-to for most families because it's straightforward and gives the protection that actually matters. Waiting is the enemy. Every year you delay, rates go up, and health risks creep in. Locking in coverage while you're young and healthy is cheaper and smarter. Don't wait until something happens or you hit a health issue by then. It's way more expensive or even impossible to get. Life insurance doesn't have to break the bank. Many policies cost less than a streaming service or a fancy coffee habit. Budget-friendly term policies exist for people of all ages and income levels, making protection accessible without sacrificing your lifestyle. Watch out for common traps, overcomplicated policies, unnecessary riders, and high-pressure sales tactics. Stick with simple coverage that fits your needs. Compare quotes, read the fine print, and don't let anyone rush you into a decision. This is about protecting your family, not padding an agent's commission. Choosing the right policy means matching your coverage to your life stage, income, debts, and dependents. Term life is usually the best choice for most, but make sure you shop around and understand exactly what you're buying. Keep it simple, smart, and tailored to your needs. Finally, take action today. Don't wait for a wake-up call. Get quotes, compare options, and lock in your coverage. Life insurance might feel boring, but it's the most powerful financial move you can make for your family. Handle it now, and you'll sleep better knowing they're protected no matter what life throws your way. Life insurance IS&T just a boring financial product. It's a vital safety net that protects the people you love. Most Americans underestimate its importance, thinking they're too young, healthy, or financially stable to need it. But emergencies, accidents, or unexpected deaths don't wait for the right time. Without coverage, families face financial chaos, mounting bills, drained savings, maxed out credit cards, and lifestyle collapse. From term life to whole life, life insurance offers protection tailored to your age, health, and financial responsibilities. Young adults lock in cheaper rates, parents secure their children's future, and anyone with debt ensures loved ones aren't burdened. Myths, misconceptions, and bad sales tactics shouldn't stop anyone from getting covered. Life insurance is affordable, accessible, and one of the smartest financial moves you can make. It's not about fear, it's about responsibility, love, and peace of mind. Moral: life insurance is love in action. Protecting your family financially is not optional, it's essential. Planning ahead today saves heartbreak and hardship tomorrow. Don't wait for tragedy to force your hand. Securing coverage now ensures your loved ones can survive, thrive, and grieve without financial stress if the unexpected happens. Simple, affordable, and powerful. Life insurance is the ultimate act of responsibility for anyone who cares about their family's future.